Hello and welcome to TV News broadcasting on Tay Ninh radio and television station with some latest events in Tay Ninh Province. And now we come into details. Recently, the delegation of the Republic of Indonesia, led by Mr. Hanif Salim, Indonesian Consul General in Ho Chi Minh City, paid a courtesy visit to Tay Ninh Provincial leadership. Welcoming and working with the delegation, there were Mr. Nguyễn Thanh Ngọc, Chairman of the Provincial People's Committee, and leaders of relevant departments and branches.
Chairman of the Provincial People's Committee Nguyễn Thanh Ngọc expressed his pleasure to welcome the Consul General, his wife, and other members of the delegation. Mr. Nguyễn Thanh Ngọc informed the delegation about the geographical location, natural conditions, infrastructure, advantages and potentials for development of economy, tourism and foreign investment attraction in Tay Ninh Province. He also hoped that in the coming time, the two sides will expand the cooperative relationship in various fields, creating unfavorable conditions in accordance with the law for Indonesian businesses to invest in. Mr. Hanif Salim expressed his delight at the good results that the government of Vietnam has achieved in the fields of politics, economy, culture and society, as well as in the good control of COVID-19 pandemic. He hoped that the two sides will continue to have more cohesion and cooperation in all fields, especially the economy. The Consul General said that when returning his country, he will continue to introduce Indonesian businesses to explore and investing in Tay Ninh Province.
In the morning of March 5th, the Standing Committee of Tay Ninh Provincial People's Council held a periodic meeting in March 2021 under the chair of Mr. Nguyễn Thành Tâm, Secretary of the Provincial Party Committee and Chairman of the Provincial People's Council. Attending the meeting, there were Mr. Nguyễn Mạnh Hùng, Standing Vice Chairman of the Provincial People's Committee and leader of departments and branches. Delegates gave opinions to the contents of the People's Committee registered to submit to the 20 sessions, which is the thematic meeting of the Provincial People's Council scheduled on March 23rd. Specifically, it is the resolution of the project to raise Tay Ninh City to the rate to urban criteria. The second content was the resolution on naming Bến Kiệu Ridge in Châu Thành District and An Phước Ridge in Trảng Bàng Thảo. The next content was the resolution on the continuous implementation of the resolution number 14 of the Provincial People's Council related to policies to support the poor with multidimensional access. The Provincial People's Committee also submitted a report on the dismissal and additional election of the position of a member of the Provincial People's Committee for the term of 2016-2021. After making suggestions, these contents were unanimously submitted to the 20th session of the Provincial People's Council. At the meeting, the Office of the National Assembly Delegation and the People's Council also submitted a number of contents. In the conclusion speech, Mr. Nguyễn Thành Tâm said that the Standing Committee of the People's Council agreed to approve the contents that the Provincial People's Committee registered to submit to the meeting and the contents proposed by the Office of the National Assembly Delegation and the People's Council. At the same time, assigned the committees of the People's Council to continue verifying the content of the reports before submitting them to the upcoming meeting.
The periodic meeting in March 2021, which gave comments on many important issues in the fields of construction and economy, had just been held under the chairmanship of Mr. Nguyễn Thanh Ngọc, Chairman of the Provincial People's Committee. Delegates discussed and agreed on a proposal for adjusting detailed planning project of constructing Thành Phước Port in Go Dầu District. Mr. Nguyễn Thanh Ngọc said that adjustment of Thành Phước Port under current conditions is necessary and suitable with reality. The Department of Construction, the Department of Natural Resources and Environment, and Department of Finance were assigned to review the implementation of financial obligations for the land use structure after the adjustment. for the statement of partial adjustment of the subdivision planning project with the scale of 1 per 5,000 of the center of Bến Cầu Town belonging to Mobile New Urban Area Bến Cầu District. The main purpose of the adjustment is to increase the value of land use for attracting investment in urban development. The Provincial People's Committee basically approved. For the statement on the plan to exploit minerals as common building materials in 2021 and the 2021 and 2025 period, submitted by the Department of Construction, the chairman of the Provincial People's Committee requested the Department of Construction to complete the plan. The localities must provide strict, fair, and transparent criteria of record review, develop a plan for post-mining inspection and supervision to ensure timely detection of mistakes and negativeness in this work. At the meeting, the Provincial People's Committee also commented on some other important issues.
Implementing the process of introducing candidates to the 15th National Assembly delegation and People's Council at all levels for the term of 2021-2026 is a very important task. The Provincial Election Commission, the Vietnam Fatherland Front Committee of Tay Ninh Province have deployed the units assigned to introduce candidates, have been fully brushed and closely followed the conditions and standards of the nominated candidates. Currently, the Fatherland Front Committee at all levels, localities and units closely follow the contents, order and procedures according to the instruction and notification on allocating the number, structure and composition of the nominated candidates for organizing the introductions of candidates at agencies, organizations and units. The implementation process ensures objectivity, democracy, strict manner of the order and procedures to prevent mistakes, promptly reflecting difficulties and problems to the Provincial Vietnam Fatherland Front Committee. The agencies, organizations, and units are completing the introduction of candidates and sending the minutes of the conference, the list of nominated candidates for Provincial People's Council delegation to the Standing Board of the Vietnam Fatherland Front Committee in Tay Ninh Province by March 11, 2021 at the latest, according to the regulation. After completing the candidates' introduction, the agencies, the organization, and units instruct the nominated candidates to complete on dossiers, procedures, and submit them to the Department of Home Affairs.
Thanks to the initiative of water supplies and efficient use of funds to support the construction of clean water supply works, up to now, thousands of households in rural areas, especially ethnic minorities in remote areas in the province, now have access to hygienic water. By the end of 2020, the whole province has 75 centralized water supply schemes in rural areas, providing clean water to about 19,322 households, with over 99% of the rural population using clean water, hygienic water, and 62% of the population using hygienic water, according to the Health Ministry Standard 02/2009. It's expected that in 2021, the whole province will continue to invest in the construction of clean water supply works to serve the needs of using clean and hygienic water of the people.
Ladies and gentlemen, today many farmers are constantly learning, catching up with the trend of development, with creativity finding new directions for themselves. Many farmers have actually connected and developed the collective economy, took the power of the majority to bring many benefits to their members. One of the typical examples is Mr. Nguyễn Văn Nhành, Director of Bảo Đồng Agricultural Service and Seed Cooperative in Gò Dầu District. Originating from a pure farming family, Mr. Nguyễn Văn Nhành, born in 1952, has lived in Bảo Đồng Commune, Gò Dầu District since childhood. In the 1980s, the area of Bảo Đồng was the region specialized in cultivating peanuts and rice. Seeing pest-destroying crops, he has many concerns, thinking of ways to limit this problem. From that time, he actually contacted with the Institute of Agricultural Science for Southern Vietnam to find new solutions to intensive farming of peanuts to limit pests and increase crop yield. He also contacted with schools, the Mekong Delta Rice Institute, the Southern Root Institute to act as a bridge between the farmers and these units, bringing new varieties of lands suitable for the land of Bao Dong. In 1993, he received a new variety of peanuts. 5 years later, he received a two-line hybrid maize seed for trial planting on Bao Dong soil. As for maize and rice, he aptly cooperated with many businesses to sign contracts on product consumption for farmers in the area. In 2011, he established Bao Dong Agricultural Service and Seed Cooperative and assumed the position of chairman of the board of directors and director of cooperative. In the early days of establishment, the cooperative had only 9 members, more than 10 hectares of farmland. Up to now, it has 46 members with more than 65 hectares of land and signed contracts with many enterprises, companies to provide seeds, product underwriting for its members. Most of the cooperative's members have the spirit of having a strong attachment to the unit with a high stable income and few skill in production. I see that the civilized countries are now establishing the collectives, so the output is very stable. Thanks to the state policy, in 2011, we established the cooperative. So far, the output of the cooperative is very stable. The members feel skilled than before, because the time to prepare for seeding is announced in advance by the cooperative, till the soil with the machines, the time of harvesting set by the company. Joining the cooperative, we will be less worried about output, more stable and secure. We feel very skilled because the cooperative signed the underwriting contracts with local group. Over the past years, the cooperative has signed contracts with companies like Seed and Livestock Joint Stock Company, Local Group, Finance Company, etc. These units have underwritten the products for many years, with stable prices at a higher level than the market, creating peace of mind and attachment of members with cooperative. Mr. Nhan is very active, creative, hardworking in studying, and being free in the application of science and technology to new seed production, whereby it helps members increase income, create conditions for members to have a strong attachment with the cooperative for a long time. For nearly 20 years, Mr. Nguyễn Văn Nhan is an active collaborator of agricultural extension centers inside and outside the province. He's also a reliable link of farmers. Every year, he also coordinates with enterprises with specialized branches to organize seminars, technical training, consulting on plant pest prevention and control for cooperative members to learn experience. His contributions in the last time have been recognized by many certificates of merit at many levels from local to central authorities. Nearly his whole life having a strong attachment with the field, he always wishes to bring more benefits to the collective and for each member. That's all for today, TTV News. Thank you for being with us and goodbye for now.